Crime and justice. The two slices of bread that make up a Liberty sandwich. That's all we have in this dark world we call life. When the rain drums on the windows, making it feel like God is trying to get your attention. And you walk into the kitchen, only to be greeted by that lone bulb of the fridge. Like a wife waiting by the door, cigarette in hand, asking, "Where have you been all night, Johnny?" As you look longingly at the baloney you call the 9 to 5, letting those two sweet ladies of the gluten world embrace you, you wonder to yourself, is this it? Is this Duck Detective, the Secret Salami? Occasionally, a game comes along that manages to blindside you in such a way you have to try and remember exactly what it is that you were supposed to be doing. In my regrettably short time with Duck Detective, the Secret Salami, I kept forgetting I was meant to be reviewing it, because I was simply just having too much damn fun. The game is filled with puns, great voice acting, a fitting soundtrack, an amazing story, and it was enjoyable from the moment Eugene McQuacklin wakes up in a bread-fueled haze to the satisfying conclusion of the case. There's a lot to like about Duck Detective, the Secret Salami, and honestly, not much to dislike. That might be in part because of the overly simplistic nature of the game, which isn't going to appeal to everyone, or the fact it's only 2 and a bit hours long with minimal replayability. The game is still very much worth the price of admission though. The time is well spent, it's impressive to get a cast of characters that felt interesting in that time frame. Everyone has something going on. Every single character that you are introduced to feels like they are there for a purpose and they have a role to play. I could feel questions beneath the surface. The kind that swim through the shadows, waiting offstage for their cues. Where, who, and why danced like street thugs in a West Side musical. Duck Detective, the Secret Salami throws you into Eugene McQuacklin's next big case. McQuacklin is a crime-solving detective duck, if that wasn't clear by the title of the game, his name, or his appearance. Look at this cute little hat and coat. Look at it! McQuacklin has been hired to solve a case of a missing lunch, bring the culprit to justice, and restore respect to the office lunch code of name stickers on tubs. I don't want to get into spoilers, because I honestly think that if you have even a remote interest in this game, you should indulge that feeling and check this out. There's a demo if you're not sure. I went in expecting a silly case of lunch theft, and yeah, the game does address that crime, and I can't say much more, even though I really want to, because it would be giant spoilers. It was impressive, actually, to see so much going on in such a short space of time. And that was reinforced by the fact that every character you speak to has something going on and has their own story and part to play. It might be emblematic of the confined playing space that it's a 2-hour-long game taking place in a handful of rooms with less than 10 characters, that there isn't a lot of time for cracks to appear or flaws to form. It's indicative of the simplicity behind the game when it comes to it. But the puzzles in Duck Detective Secret Salami aren't going to have you pulling out wikis and guides either. Puzzles revolve around 2 concepts: investigations and deductions. Investigations have you holding a magnifying glass to find key pieces of relevant information, and deductions, look, they call it that, not me, have you put the right words into sentences to flesh out a theory on what's going on. That's it. Words, sentences, go. You can brute force your way through most of the puzzles once you've spoken to people and unlocked the needed words, if you really want to. But honestly, where's the fun in that? They're simple enough, and the pieces are available to figure out what's going on if you just look around. Embrace the duck life. Walk the walk. Quack the quack. Return to Duck Detective. Duck Detective at the end of it. It's not going to appear on any Game of the Year lists. It's a cute little detective game that's simplistic and comedic in nature, but ultimately there's not a lot going on here. That to me, in this specific situation though, is a strength. It keeps everything on track, it keeps everything purposeful, and it makes the game something that I always admire. Fun. That's why I wanted to check this game out. It's why I've had this game on my radar for a while. Something that's silly and just meant to be like this little fun moment, that always gets me interested. I like that kind of wacky or that kind of different. And look, we're halfway through the year. Come December, when we're all said and done with 2024, Duck Detective: The Secret Salami will be one of the most enjoyable games that I played in 2024. Try it.
I'm a different duck now. I haven't had a slice of bread in weeks. You have to believe me!